Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Madam Rosmaya. In this video, we are going to discuss on past year's STPM physics question on section C, which is essay question. So the topic is thermodynamic of gases. So the subtopic is heat capacities, first law of thermodynamics, and isothermal and adiabatic changes. So we read the question first. Define molar heat capacity of gas at constant volume (CVM) and molar heat capacity of gas at constant pressure (CPM). So 2 marks. And then explain why the value of CPM is bigger than that of CVM. 2 marks. So we do question 1A first. Okay, so the definition is CVM first. Okay, CVM is molar heat capacity of a gas at constant volume. Okay, is defined as the heat energy required to increase the temperature of 1 mole of the gas by 1 Kelvin at constant volume. Okay, so the V means constant volume. Okay, next is the meaning of CPM. Okay, CPM is molar heat capacity of a gas at constant pressure. So the definition is the heat energy required to increase the temperature of 1 mole of the gas by 1 Kelvin at constant pressure. So the P here means constant pressure. Okay, next, explain why the value of CPM is bigger than that of CVM. So CPM bigger than CVM. So CPM is bigger than CVM because CPM is the heat energy required to increase the internal energy of 1 mole of the gas by temperature of 1 Kelvin, and also the energy required to do work when the 1 mole of gas expand at constant pressure, whereas in CVM there is no work done by the gas because the V here is constant. So CPM bigger than CVM. Okay, for CPM and the difference with CVM. Okay, P means constant pressure. Okay, so it involves the heat energy required to increase the internal energy, and another one is the heat energy required to do work. Whereas the CPM for constant volume only involve the heat energy required to increase the internal energy because the volume here constant, so that means no work done by the 1 mole of gas. Whereas for CPM, the volume is increases and the pressure is constant, so that's why the heat energy involved 2. That is why the CPM always larger than CVM. Okay, next we try discuss question B. Okay, question B. Using the first law of thermodynamics, derive the relationship between molar heat capacity at constant pressure, CPM for a gas, is molar heat capacity at constant volume, CVM, and molar gas constant, R. So 6 marks. So we are going to determine the relationship between CPM, CVM, and R. Okay, the internal energy, U is internal energy, so the change in internal energy is equals to N CVM delta T. So N is number of moles, CVM is molar heat capacity at constant volume, and delta T is change in temperature. And then we are going to use Q, heat required is equals to the N CPM delta T. So how we get delta U here, the change in internal energy equals to N CVM delta T. So we use first law of thermodynamics. Okay, so delta Q equals to delta U plus work done. So delta Q for the constant volume, okay, is N CVM delta T. So this delta Q. So for constant volume, the work done is 0, because no change in volume. So the work done is 0. So therefore, N CVM delta T equals to delta U. So delta U, we get this N CVM delta T. And then for constant pressure, the work done is we have the work done is P delta V. So the delta Q is given by N CPM delta T. Okay, so there are two formula for delta Q. One is N CVM delta T, another one is N CPM delta T. Okay, so for the work done at constant pressure is P delta V. Because there is change in volume, therefore there is work done. So using the ideal gas law formula, so PV equals to nRT, so therefore P delta V equals to nRT. Now we are going to combine all these substitute all these equation into the first law of thermodynamics. So first law of thermodynamics, delta Q equals to delta U plus work done. So we substitute delta Q and CPM delta T, this one, into here. Then the delta U, we substitute NCVM delta T, okay, into here for in the first law of thermodynamics. And lastly, the work done. So the work done is nRT. So we substitute into here. Okay, now for this equation, we can cancel out N. Okay, all N. And then also cancel delta T. So now simplify the equation here, becomes CPM minus CVM. CVM we bring to the left side, become minus, equals to R. Here, R. So this is the relationship between CPM, CVM and R. In the relationship between CVM and R, which is CPM minus CVM equals to R. Okay, so done for the question B. Next we go to question C. A cylinder contains 1.00 times 10 to the power of 22 molecules of monoatomic gas at the temperature of 10.0 degrees Celsius. The gas is heated to 80.0 degrees Celsius. Calculate the amount of heat absorbed by the gas if the process is done at constant pressure. So 5 marks. So what is given in the question? You are given number of molecules N, and then it is the monoatomic gas. So monoatomic gas means that the degree of freedom F is equals to 3. And then the temperature, this is initial temperature, and then we have final temperature, 80 degrees Celsius, and we are going to calculate the amount of heat, Q. So we are going to calculate Q, and this is done at constant pressure. So if constant pressure, the amount of heat is equals to N CPM delta T at constant pressure. Okay, so we must find N, CPM and delta T. So we find N first, and we can find using number of molecules. Okay, so N is number of mole. So number of mole is equals to number of molecules per Avogadro number. So we substitute number of molecules here into the equation, and Avogadro number is 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23. So the number of moles is 1.66 times 10 to the power of negative 2. Okay, next CPM. So CPM, we are going to use the relationship CPM with degree of freedom. Okay, degree of freedom. So CPM is half bracket F plus 2R. Okay, so this is the relationship between CPM and degree of freedom F. So we substitute F equals to 3 into the equation. Then R is 8.31. So CPM is equals to 20.775 joule per Kelvin per mole. Okay, next, the Q is substitute N into the equation here, number of moles. Then the CPM, 20.775 joule per Kelvin per mole. So the temperature, final minus initial, 80 degrees Celsius minus 10 degrees Celsius. So even though we use a unit degree Celsius or Kelvin, when you minus, you still get the same answer. Because to convert to Kelvin, you just need to add 273 degree Celsius to convert to Kelvin. So it's the same thing. So if you convert the formula, the unit here, degree Celsius, to Kelvin, you will get the same change in temperature. Okay, so the answer is 24.1 joule. Okay, so the amount of heat absorbed by the gas if the process is done at constant pressure is 24.1 joule. Okay, so that's all for the discussion. Thank you for watching.